Hello, dear ones. Judah here. Welcome to Sunday night satsang. Welcome wherever you are. However seemingly far you are near. However seemingly far you are near. And whether you are here in the moment of this recording or minutes or hours or even years afterwards, you understand this message is being transmitted from a place where time and space are of no consequence whatsoever. They are not a part of our higher dimensional constructs, and so they are not important to this message. What is important is your listening ears and hearts right now in this moment being connected to the message. And each one of you listening will hear something slightly different. And this is the way of it. This is the way of it. Some of you have on your golden glasses in which you see, and hear from high dimensions. 11, 12, 7, 8, 9, and so on. And then others have more darkened glasses for various reasons, because of things you are encountering in your day-to-day life, in your experience, in the burdens and the baggage that you are helping your brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, and friends and neighbors to carry. And we bless you each and all, wherever you might be along this scale. Wherever you are tonight, in the lower astral realms, burdened down, maybe even feeling very, very sad or despairing or ashamed, all the way up to these higher realms, wherever you are, it makes no difference to us. This vessel is here tonight to act as an elevator operator, and so she is holding the door open for you from whatever plane in which you may enter this experience. So please get on board, step aboard, and let's go up in your consciousness, up into the higher dimensions of heaven, of the cosmos, of perfect love and peace. And we want to say to you, if you are one of those that is in a struggling place tonight, at this vessel sometimes says on the struggle bus, just go ahead and step off the bus and get onto this elevator, and forget that you were on the bus. Forget it altogether. Give the bus driver a whistle and tell him to move along, that you will not be getting back on board after this channeling session tonight, so he may move along to the next stop. Come on board this elevator. Tonight we are going to talk about, this vessel gives those clever, catchy titles to hopefully draw you in, and we are fine with that. Go ahead and come, whoever you are. Be drawn like a magnet, like moths to a flame, like moths to a holy flame. Be drawn. And so she may humor herself by thinking she has brought you here with a catchy title, but the truth is, we have drawn you here. And here you are, and we see you. Now, we're going to talk tonight, as she said with her catchy title, about what atheists and religious people have in common, and there is a wisdom embedded in this, and it is this. Atheists believe that they know something, and religious people believe that they know something. They both believe that they know that they know. And something we have been teaching this vessel, and we continue and will not relent because of our love for her, and it is this. Careful when you think you know. Careful when you think you know. As the very old television show said, Father Knows Best, where we will tell you that fathers and mothers don't always know best. It is typically the infant babe in his or her mother's arms that knows best. because this one has just come from heaven and has forgotten nothing. This one still knows the face of God. This one is still pure of heart. This one is still innocent, open and receptive, and knows nothing about who or what or how to be, but only knows to breathe in and breathe out, and breathe in and breathe out, and to love, and to love, and to look into the eyes of his or her mother and drink up that love. This is what the new one knows. And that is all that is needed. And so atheists have made a grave mistake in that they have absolutely checked the box of no God, check. And religious people have made a grave mistake as well, and that is they have checked the box that says God is this. And they have filled in the blank with a name or description or theology or doctrine or historical right of some sort. God is Allah. God is Yahweh. God is the Christ. God is Buddha. Whatever they have decided, likely told to them by their mother, father, grandfather, grandmother, and so on, and even the culture itself. So here's the grave mistake that they have both made in the knowing. For the truth is a babe in the arms suckling at his mother's breast knows nothing of God, but only experiences it in the touch of her skin, in the love in her eyes, in the warmth of the milk and the nourishment and the holding and the humming. And there is nothing more that needs to be known, nothing to understand. And so one of these vessels mantras is this: I don't know. And this is wisdom to say at many times, more often than not, I don't know. And then what she does know, she knows because we and other forces, powerful forces of heaven, come to bear upon it. And there is such a witness in the heart, This is true. And so she can boldly say, this I know right now in this moment. And one of the problems with this on both ends of the spectrum, there is no God. There is a God, and I know who and what this God is. One of the problems is it is concrete. It's decided. There's no room for change. There is a proverb that says, "The man who will not change does not fear God." This is a wise saying. Listen again. The man who will not change does not fear God. And so when you've decided that you know what you know about God or not, or his or her existence, and how and what God's nature and character is or is not, you have just then decided that you are not open to change. And this is foolish. For what God is to you now is not the same as what God was to you in the past or will be in the future. If you only know what you know right now, then everything will be as it is. And if you're okay with that, then so be it. But everything that you know about yourself, about your world, the world you have created, and about God and whatever is unseen, whatever you have decided about those things has brought you to where you are now. And if you're happy and you are at peace with that, then so be it. But it will not take you to anywhere else you want to go. It will not expand you beyond what you are at this moment. Imagine a balloon, a child's balloon held in the hand, just a little bit of color and latex. Is that all that it is and all it can be? Well, what it will be will determine what fills it. What fills it, what air might come, and how much and when and to what extent, and how much the little bit of latex can give and stretch and expand and make room for. How much of God, how much of whatever is out there, how much of it can you hold? Can you release what you know and simply allow yourself to experience being filled up? Part of what we want to say to you tonight is this vessel has been writing very diligently for 4 weeks on behalf of those taking the course with us about the topic of religion and religious thinking and the essence of God. And we will say to you, absolutely never in any realm of time or space can God be reduced to a 3-letter word. And so some of you might even need to stop saying the word for a while. In this, our Hebrew brothers and sisters have been wise. They did not speak the name of God. They did not write the name of God. They understood that it was foolish to do such a thing, you see. And in that, you see, atheists are very, very close to the truth because they understand this is where they are in the right, my friends. Listen carefully. They have said there is no God. And this is where they are in the truth. There is no God that has been displayed or represented to me. What has been displayed, explained, represented, exemplified to me cannot be what God is. And in this, my friends, they are true and correct. Now, what about this word agnostic? Agnostic. It means means not, and gnostic means to know. And so to be an agnostic means to say, I don't know. Whoever is out there, I don't know. And when you say I don't know, then you are prepared to learn something new, not just to learn it, to think about it with your head, but to experience it. To experience it. When this vessel was a school teacher with second graders, she would introduce them to brand new concepts they had never encountered before, such as division and fractions. And sometimes they would start to cry. These were very smart children from very educated homes and families. And they were upset because there was something coming before them, a concept that they had never encountered before and therefore not mastered. And they didn't like this. Their little egos did not like it. And so they would cry and say, I'm so confused, teacher, so confused. And she told them, she learned to teach them that confusion is a wonderful gift. When you are confused, it means you are standing on the edge of experience something you've never encountered before. And this is the newness of life and adventure and the essence of learning. For if what she was presenting to them was easy for them, it would indicate it's already something they had mastered and they were learning nothing. So in your spiritual walk, we encourage you to get really comfortable with being confused and saying, I don't know. And right there is the point in which your ego gives way and you are on the precipice of experiencing something profound. So as we said, God is bigger than words. There are not enough words in all the languages of heaven and earth to begin to describe all the facets of what this is. And so language is inadequate. And so even this vessel, as she works with us and speaks to you so many words and also writes so many thousands of words, even as she does so in an effort to give you a view for what might be, the prayer of her heart is this: that you might experience and go beyond talk. Go beyond listening and hearing and talk and thinking to having your own experience. And so the messages from you that give her the most delight are the ones she reads when she says, when you say something like this: I felt fire run through my body from the top of my head down to my feet. And so many other ways that you describe, you use very limited words to describe your personal, intimate encounter with what is. Now, when this vessel was very young, about 8 years old, 7, 8, she began to ask her mother questions like, Mom, why is the sky blue? Mom, is there a God? Where does God live? And so on, as children do. And so her mother did the very best she could with her understanding, and understood that her child was waking up to questions about spirit realm and things of the unseen. And so she did what many good mothers do, and she took her child to church. And there, not so many months into to this exposure to concepts, she sat in the pew and she heard the preacher talking about Jesus and about hell and about the fact that she was a sinner and would certainly go to hell without the help of a savior, of this savior Jesus. And of course, as any child would do, with trust and innocence, of course she did not want to go to hell. But even as she sat and listened to the words, a visible, tangible mist, one that can be seen with the eyes, the manifestation of angels from heaven, enveloped her little body sitting on the pew. And she was overcome with a sense of being loved, deeply, deeply loved and treasured, and of loving herself. A deep sense of love overcame her. And so, what was she to do? There was nothing, you see, to know. There was nothing to understand. There was nothing to describe, only for her, this little girl, to be in the tangible presence of what is in all realms of time and space and every dimension, and to be enveloped in his love. And so she was. And she felt such a compelling desire to respond, to love back. And so she listened with her little ears, and the pastor said, if it's you, if that's you, and you want to give your heart to Jesus, come. And there her little feet carried her swiftly down the aisle to pray the prayer and do every good thing that the adults told her she should do. But this is what she understands today, so many, many years later, is this. She had an experience with all that is. And her experience needed no words, needed no little feet to walk the aisle or repeat a prayer or descend into a baptismal pool or any other thing. It was what it was, and it was an encounter with the living God, and it needed no explanation or definition or annotation or expansion. It was the essence of heaven come to earth on the frame of a little 8-year-old girl. And too bad that religion very valiantly but unfortunately stepped forward to try to explain and steer and direct her spiritual journey, her awakening from that point forward. And the truth is, there was no adult in that building that night who had experienced what she had, and none qualified to direct her, even though they meant well. So this is what this vessel wants to leave you with tonight. She wants us to come into the room there right where you are, and overcome you with an experience too vast and too beautiful and too blissful and empowering to be described, and one that is so sacred to you that you will dare not describe it, that you will treasure it and hold it close, and it will awaken something ancient in you that sleeps, and you will rise from your bed in the morning as a different person. Now, sometimes we have questions and this and that, and we know you have things on your mind and heart, but there are times when a message is given that supersedes all problems. And you see, dear ones, in the light of an intimate touch and encounter from spirit, there are no problems. And we know you are even in this moment feeling it, feeling your problems have melted and disappeared. And so in this, every problem can be resolved by coming into presence and empty out your head of what you think you know about what God is or is not, and perhaps even throw out your trite phrases about and descriptors for, and instead come into experience and know that when your heart rises up and cries out, there is one who is there, who never leaves, never forsakes, never lies to you, and always takes you where you are, whether you are in a hell of torment of your own making or in a state of bliss. That one is there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good, well done on all fronts. You are excellent students and you are very loved. Mm-hmm.